All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into the world of electric city cars.
Ooh, excited.
Yeah, taking a look at two new contenders, the Hyundai Inster
Yeah.
and the Citroën ë-C3.
Two very different vehicles.
They really are, and we've got some interesting stuff to dig through today. We've got a comparison of these two over at Calpurnia,
Right.
and then a first drive review of the Hyundai Inster from our friends over at alVolante.
Excellent.
So yeah, we really want to kind of pick these apart, figure out, what are the main differences, what are the strengths of each of these
Right.
weaknesses, and, by the end of this, you should have a pretty good idea of, which one might be the better fit for you.
Yeah, because I think, this is such an interesting moment for urban mobility.
Right.
And it's fascinating to see how two different brands have really approached this electric city car segment.
Yeah.
Really different philosophies at play here.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's just dive right into the design, what you see when you first see these cars.
Yeah.
The Hyundai Inster,
Hmm?
both Calpurnia and alVolante point out, it's got like a modern and pretty distinctive look.
Interesting.
They actually even use the term SUV compatto, which is kind of interesting for a vehicle in this class.
Yeah, blurring the lines a little bit.
Yeah, and those split headlights with the pixelated light signature.
Yeah, it does give it that kind of futuristic look, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a bolder, more original look.
Yeah.
And alVolante points out the round headlights, framed by LEDs, and that sleek black strip across the hood with that Hyundai logo.
Right.
It's
Makes a statement.
it does make a statement.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting, this kind of blurring of the segment lines.
Yeah.
Maybe suggests that manufacturers are trying to offer that kind of, perceived robustness.
Yeah, that higher driving position.
You have an SUV in a city-friendly package.
Exactly, because it seems to be what people want,
Right.
even if they don't actually need the full capabilities of an SUV.
Right. And then Calpurnia mentions the boot capacity is variable, ranging from 280 to 351 liters.
Oh, okay. So some flexibility there.
Yeah, yeah. So, depending on what you're doing,
Yeah,
that could be a real practical advantage.
for sure for those errands around town.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right. And then stepping inside the Inster,
yeah,
it seems like that tech-forward theme continues.
yeah.
Calpurnia really emphasizes the focus on that advanced infotainment system.
Okay.
And alVolante backs this up. They've got the 10.3-inch digital instrument cluster
Wow.
and a 10.3-inch touchscreen navigation system
So that's pretty substantial.
on the X-Tech version that they tested. And they also appreciated that it had some more vibrant interior color options
Oh, okay.
than what you might typically find in a Hyundai.
All right.
And then it also sounds like it's surprisingly spacious for 4 adults.
Really?
The rear seats, they slide independently.
Oh, wow. So you can configure that depending on your needs.
Yeah, and you can even fold down the front passenger seat
Oh, very practical.
if you have like extra long items that you need to transport.
Yeah, that's clever.
And then this is interesting. They've got optional magnetic tables for the rear passengers.
Oh, wow. So like for working or eating on the go?
Yeah, that's thinking about it.
Yeah, that's thoughtful.
Yeah,
With all those little details.
it is. It is.
Yeah, very clever.
Okay, so now let's switch gears a little bit. Talk about the Citroën ë-C3.
Okay.
Calpurnia describes the design as more minimalist and functional,
All right.
really with an emphasis on ergonomics and overall comfort.
So Citroen's classic kind of focus on comfort.
Yeah, and they point out it's got a spacious and welcoming interior,
Yeah.
and they really prioritize the ease of use with this vehicle.
Okay.
The boot capacity is a fixed 310 liters.
So a little bit bigger than the Inster Space configuration?
Yeah, slightly bigger, and it also has a modern infotainment system with advanced connectivity.
Right. So it's not lacking in tech.
No, not at all. It's just, it sounds like they're taking a less visually assertive approach,
Yeah.
really focusing on that straightforward usability.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah, so right from the start, you see these contrasting design philosophies.
You do.
The Inster is, original tech-focused, almost trying to like carve out this unique space.
Yeah.
And the ë-C3 is all about simplicity and, that classic Citroën comfort.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to what powers these things.
Okay.
The Hyundai Inster, both sources point out it is exclusively electric.
Right.
Calpurnia mentions that there are 2 battery options,
Okay.
providing good range for both city driving and then longer trips
Yeah.
outside the city.
Yeah.
And energy efficiency is a real strength with this vehicle.
Makes sense.
And alVolante,
Right.
in their test of the 49 kilowatt hour version
Okay.
with 115 horsepower front motor,
Okay.
They claim that it's got an acceleration of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 10.7 seconds
Okay.
and a top speed of 150 kilometers per hour.
Not bad.
And their average energy consumption was really good, 12.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's in, favorable driving conditions. And they also mentioned there's a smaller 42 kilowatt hour battery available with a 97 horsepower motor.
Okay.
And that one has a claimed range of 327 kilometers.
So a decent amount of range for city driving.
Yeah, and I think this is interesting that Hyundai's going pure electric with the Inster.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is a statement about their commitment to electrification.
Absolutely.
And offering those two battery sizes allows them to, cater to different range requirements.
Right.
And
Right.
maybe, different budgets for consumers.
Yeah, exactly. Because not everyone needs the longest range possible.
Why? Exactly. Okay, so now the Citroën ë-C3, this one takes a different approach.
Yeah, right.
Calpurnia points out that it's available in electric,
Okay.
but also in petrol and hybrid versions.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so, it really offers a lot more versatility for the consumer.
Yeah, that does.
Not everyone is ready to go full electric yet.
Right.
And they say that the electric version has adequate range for daily commutes and errands.
Okay, so it's focused on that urban use case.
It is. Yeah, and I think this is a pretty big difference. The Inster's all in on electric.
Yeah,
The ë-C3 gives you a lot more options.
it does.
I think, with the ë-C3, that kind of multi-powertrain strategy
Yeah.
recognizes that, not everyone's ready to make that leap to electric.
Right. Or they might have concerns about charging infrastructure.
Exactly. And so by offering petrol and hybrid options,
Yeah.
they're really broadening the appeal
They are.
and catering to, a wider range of needs and preferences.
Makes sense.
Okay, so let's move on to technology.
All right.
The Hyundai Inster really seems to be making a statement here.
Okay.
Calpurnia points out that Hyundai is really pushing hard
Yeah.
on integrating the latest technology, things like driver assistance systems and advanced connectivity features.
Okay.
And alVolante confirms this in their review.
Yeah.
They list on the X-Tech version.
Yeah.
They got a 10.3-inch digital instrument cluster
Wow.
and a 10.3-inch touchscreen navigation system.
So a lot of screen real estate there.
There is a lot of screen real estate.
Yeah.
They've got wired Android Auto
Yeah.
and Apple CarPlay,
Okay.
and then a whole suite of driver aids.
Right.
They've got automatic emergency braking with detection for vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists.
Wow. Very comprehensive.
Yeah, intersection assist,
Okay.
rear parking sensors, and a rear view camera.
So they've really packed it in.
Yeah, and all of that is standard
Yeah.
on the X-Tech version.
Okay.
And then they also mentioned a maximum AC charging power of 11 kilowatts.
Okay.
So, if you're charging at home or at a public charger, you can expect a full charge on that larger 49 kilowatt hour battery in about 4.5 hours.
So that's pretty convenient for overnight charging.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it also supports DC fast charging up to 120 kilowatts.
Right.
So if you're at a compatible fast charger,
Yeah.
you can go from a 10% to an 80% charge in about 30 minutes.
Okay, so that's for when you need a quick top up.
Yeah. And so that's a pretty comprehensive tech package.
For a city car.
Yeah, and it seems like Hyundai's really trying to position the Inster as a leader
Yeah.
in terms of technology in its class.
Yeah. They're including features that, you used to only find in more expensive vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the inclusion of those advanced driver assistance systems as standard,
Yeah.
it's a big benefit for both safety and convenience.
Absolutely. Especially in a busy city.
Yeah. And so it's interesting to think about, are they doing this to attract
Yeah.
maybe a younger, more tech-savvy audience?
Potentially.
Even if it might mean a higher price tag?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so on the Citroën ë-C3 side,
Yeah.
Calpurnia notes that it does offer, good tech features,
Okay.
modern infotainment, advanced connectivity.
Okay.
But the priority really seems to be on simplicity and ease of use.
Right. So more about functionality than being flashy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It sounds like it'll have all the essential tech that you need, but maybe not the same level of cutting-edge features or that same kind of large screen presence that you get with the Inster.
Yeah, I mean, that aligns with the ë-C3's focus on practicality
It does.
and accessibility.
Yeah.
It's going to have the connectivity and infotainment that you need,
Yeah.
but maybe a less complex user interface.
Yeah.
Maybe a more streamlined approach to those driver assistance features.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them are optional extras instead of being standard.
Yeah, yeah.
So both cars have modern technology,
Yeah,
but different approaches.
they do.
Hyundai's got the more comprehensive, feature-rich experience, whereas Citroën's more focused on user-friendliness and having those essential features.
Right. Okay, so what about comfort?
Okay.
Calpurnia explicitly states that Citroën puts a huge emphasis on interior comfort and ride quality.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's
given their history.
Citroën's reputation.
Yeah.
And alVolante actually specifically noted the Insters as being comfortable as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they said it absorbs bumps well, and it's quiet
Okay.
inside the cabin.
So a pleasant ride.
Yeah, and so it seems like both manufacturers are prioritizing, a decent level of comfort
Yeah,
for, city driving,
absolutely.
where you're going to encounter a lot of, uneven surfaces.
You are.
So that's a positive takeaway, I think,
It is.
from both vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the city where you're constantly stopping and starting,
Yeah.
being comfortable.
And hitting potholes
Yeah,
is really important.
it is.
And alVolante even pointed out that the Inster is quiet,
Yeah,
which is great.
that's a big plus.
A lot less fatiguing,
It is.
especially on those longer urban journeys.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk money,
Okay.
pricing. alVolante said in their review at the time,
Right.
the Hyundai Inster started at $24,900 X-Tech
Okay.
for the 42 kilowatt-hour X-Tech version.
Right.
And then it goes up to $26,650 for the 49 kilowatt-hour X-Tech. And they actually said that that's, not that expensive considering all the standard equipment
Interesting.
you get with it.
Yeah.
But Calpurnia points out that the Citroën ë-C3 actually has a lower base price than the Inster.
Oh, okay.
But they caution that you really need to compare
Yes.
what equipment
The features you get for that price.
you get at those base prices, because a lower initial price doesn't automatically mean it's a better value.
Exactly.
For you, the consumer.
Yeah, you got to look at what you're getting for your money.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Inster's higher price might be because it has more standard equipment.
Right.
All that technology.
Yeah.
And the driver assistance systems.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really about weighing
Yeah.
the upfront cost
Yeah.
against those features and benefits.
Absolutely.
Okay. So range, how far can you go on a single charge?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Calpurnia says both the Inster and the ë-C3
Yeah.
offer a similar range, and it's, well suited for typical city driving. alVolante gives us a specific number for the Inster. They say 370 kilometers
Okay.
for the 49 kilowatt-hour version.
So that's according to the WLTP,
Yeah.
the standardized test.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't give us a precise number for the ë-C3,
Okay.
but it sounds like they're both, in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
And, for most city dwellers, range like that should be,
Adequate.
yeah, for daily commutes and errands
Yeah.
without needing to recharge all the time.
Right. But of course, it depends on your individual driving habits
Yeah.
and how easily you can access charging.
Yeah. And where you live.
Exactly.
Okay. So reliability.
Yeah, that's important.
Calpurnia portrays Hyundai as having a solid reputation for reliability.
Okay.
They emphasize that Hyundai invests in proven technology and rigorous production processes.
Right.
And they offer those long-term warranties.
Yeah,
Which is, reassuring for consumers.
it is.
And they also mention that the Inster is based on the Hyundai Casper,
Okay.
which is sold in South Korea. And then they're going to start producing it in Europe, in Turkey,
Okay.
in 2026.
All right.
And then on the Citroën side,
Yeah.
Calpurnia points out that they benefit from, the experience of the Stellantis group.
Right. Right.
And they've historically been focused on,
Comfort and durability.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is interesting. They mentioned that the ë-C3's platform was initially designed for emerging markets,
Oh, okay.
like India and South America.
So that suggests a focus on robustness.
Yeah. And so, they're probably thinking about, making components that can withstand
Tougher.
tough conditions.
Yeah.
And its production is going to take place in Serbia and Slovakia.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And so this difference in, where they were initially designed for
Yeah.
and where they're going to be produced
Yeah.
is kind of revealing.
Yeah, it suggests different priorities.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hyundai, with their established reputation
Yeah.
and, commitment to proven technology, could be a big factor for some buyers.
For sure.
But then the ë-C3 being, engineered for those emerging markets
Yeah.
where, durability and cost effectiveness
Are key.
are so important,
Yeah.
suggests maybe a different kind of reliability focus.
Yeah, more about robustness and longevity
Yeah.
than cutting-edge tech.
Yeah. And then those different production locations
Yeah.
could also have implications for, supply chains
Right.
and parts availability.
In the long run.
Yeah, down the line.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see these different approaches
It is.
playing out.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So putting it all together so far.
Yeah.
It seems like both the Inster and the ë-C3
Yeah.
are strong contenders in the electric city car segment,
Yeah.
but they've got different priorities.
They do.
Hyundai's leading into that technology and modern design.
Yeah.
Citroën's emphasizing practicality,
Yeah.
that lower entry price,
Right.
and, robustness and comfort.
Yeah.
All right, so let's bring in some opinions from alVolante.
Okay.
In their first drive review, they had a section called
Perchese.
Perchese.
Perche no.
Yeah, the pros and cons.
Yeah, so Perchese, reasons to buy.
Yeah.
They highlighted the spacious rear leg room.
Okay, surprising for a city car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They liked the comfortable ride.
right.
They thought the quality of materials and the construction was good.
Okay.
And they said it had an overall solid feel
Okay.
to the vehicle.
Yeah, so it feels well built.
Yeah. And they also appreciated the attractive color choices.
Okay.
And I think those are all, pretty appealing points
They are.
for a city car.
Yeah, often space and comfort are compromised in city cars.
Exactly.
So these are really positive points.
Yeah, and then on the Perche no side.
Okay, the downsides.
Yeah, they pointed out that the AC charging is limited to 11 kilowatts.
Okay.
It's initially only a 4-seater,
Oh, okay.
although they did say a 5-seater version is coming.
And it's exclusively electric.
Right.
So no petrol or hybrid options like the Casper,
Okay.
which it's based on.
Yeah, so some limitations to consider.
Yeah, depending on your needs and charging habits,
Absolutely.
that 11 kilowatt AC charging might mean longer charging times
Yeah,
at home or at some public chargers.
right.
And the 4 seats could be an issue for some families.
For sure.
And, of course, the lack of those alternative powertrains
Yeah,
means it's not going to appeal to everyone.
exactly. Those are all valid points.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then finally, let's look at some of the user comments on the alVolante article.
Right.
These are always interesting.
They are. They give you a sense of the public reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some mixed opinions on the design.
Okay.
Some people really didn't like it.
Oh.
And price was another big topic.
Okay. Yeah.
People questioning the value for the price.
Yeah.
And there was also some debate about,
What's that?
what segment it really belongs in.
Okay.
Is it an A segment car or is it more of a B segment car?
Interesting.
Yeah. But it wasn't all negative.
Okay.
Some people did praise the practicality and the features
Right.
you get for the price.
Yeah.
So it really goes to show how,
Subjective.
these things are,
It is.
design and perceived value.
Yeah. What one person loves, another person hates.
Exactly.
And those user comments,
Yeah.
they say those different priorities that people have.
Yeah.
Design is subjective.
Yeah.
Price perception is personal.
It is.
It depends on your budget and what features you prioritize.
Right.
And that debate about the segment classification,
Yeah.
it's really about size, features, and price.
Yeah.
And how manufacturers are trying to position these cars.
Yeah.
But consumers ultimately make up their own minds.
Yeah.
Based on what they see and experience.
Exactly. Okay, so wrapping it all up,
Yeah.
the Hyundai Inster,
Yeah.
it really shines with that technology.
Yeah.
The modern feel,
Yeah.
and it's surprisingly spacious.
Yeah.
And it comes with, a good level of standard equipment.
Yeah. A lot of features,
Yeah.
especially for infotainment and driver assistant.
Right, right. And then the Citroën ë-C3,
Yeah.
it seems to be more accessible.
Yeah, in terms of price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really focused on comfort and that robust design
Right.
that, was initially intended for emerging markets.
Yeah. Very interesting.
So which one's better?
It really depends on you
Yeah.
and your priorities.
Yeah.
What do you value in a city car?
Yeah. Do you want the latest tech?
Yeah.
Striking design,
Yeah.
all the features?
Yeah.
Or are you looking for something more affordable
Yeah.
with, maybe more powertrain options?
Yeah.
And that focus on long-term reliability and comfort?
It's a tough choice.
It is.
Yeah.
And so here's a final thought for you.
Okay.
The Inster's produced in Turkey and South Korea, and the ë-C3's produced in Serbia and Slovakia.
Yeah.
And remember that the ë-C3 was initially designed for
Those emerging markets.
India and South America.
Yeah.
What does this tell us about how global automakers are approaching this electric city car segment?
It's a good question.
Are they tailoring their offerings to different regions?
Yeah.
And different needs and price
It
sensitivities?
seems like they are.
Yeah, and on that note,
Yeah.
if you enjoyed this deep dive
Yeah.
and you found this information useful,
Yeah.
we invite you to like and subscribe to the channel.
So you don't miss out on our next explorations.
All right, we'll see you next time.